Today we come to the final chapter of Acts. And what stands out to me isn't just the snake, it's everything that came before the snake. Think about Paul's journey. He was persecuted, he was beaten, he was imprisoned, he was delayed, he was falsely accused. He survived storms, he survived a shipwreck, and now, after finally reaching land, a poisonous snake bites him. Most people would look at that and think, really? After everything else? This? But here's something that stood out to me. God had already spoken. Paul would stand in Rome. That promise had already been made. The storm couldn't stop it. The shipwreck couldn't stop it. The snake couldn't stop it either. And I think that's a word for someone today. We spend so much time focusing on what is attacking that we forget what God has already promised. Paul doesn't panic. He doesn't call a meeting. He doesn't announce the attack to everyone. He simply shakes it off and he keeps on serving. That's maturity. Sometimes the greatest demonstration of faith isn't making a big deal about the attack. It's continuing the assignment even in the middle of the attack. Then we see something beautiful happen. Paul arrives in Malta and he begins serving. Notice what he's doing when the snake bites him. He's gathering wood. The Apostle Paul is carrying a bunch of sticks around. He's not demanding a platform or a microphone. He's serving. And ministry flows from that place of service. The father of Publius is healed. Others begin coming in for healing. The island experiences the power of God. Malta wasn't Paul's destination. Rome was. Malta was just a temporary assignment. And that's another lesson we need to learn. Don't build a permanent home in a temporary place. God may bless a season. He may use the season that you're in. He may do incredible things in a season, in a place he has you now. But that doesn't mean you're supposed to stay there forever. That's been a hard thing for me to learn in ministry. Paul finally arrives in Rome. What's interesting is that he's technically still a prisoner. Yet he's freer than many people walking around without chains. He's teaching, he's discipling, he's writing, he ministers to people. The chains never stop the calling. And honestly, that's been one of the major themes throughout the book of Acts. The mission doesn't stop just because the circumstances change. Then we come to Paul's final interaction with the Jewish leaders. Some believe, some don't. Paul quotes Isaiah, people hearing but not understanding, seeing but not perceiving. The warning isn't that God stops speaking. The warning is that people stop listening. That's still true today. We live in a culture where people hear sermons, they read books, they listen to podcasts, they watch reels and YouTube and TikToks, they attend church, and yet they still never surrender. Hearing truth isn't the same as responding to truth. The chapter ends with Paul teaching openly and boldly, and then Acts just stops. No trial, no release, no death, no neat ending. Why? Because the story wasn't over. Luke understood something. The mission continues. The gospel continues. The church continues. The book ends, but the mission doesn't. And that's how I'd summarize Acts. Storms came, prisons came, opposition came, but God's purpose continued to move forward. The snake couldn't stop what God had already promised, and neither can the obstacles that are standing in front of God's purpose for your life today. What snake do you need to shake off to pursue God today?